Okay. Um, gotta say thank you, God, and um, and just this is something I always have to start with thanking God because I get to see things for they are, and as easy as it is to just be asking God why me, I should be thankful at least that I got to see things for what they are and understand things for what they are, and thank God I didn't have to live the life this low life to live. You know, Um, I usually don't go outside as much. I don't socialize as much. But when I do, I get to see people and how they dumb themselves down and how they do the things they need to do to try to maintain this fantasy they try to maintain. Because the reality of what they do is just horrible and what they're part of is horrible. So I gotta start off by saying I know what this is about. I'm a test subject. I have understood that as much as they try to make it look like anything else, but that it is that I'm a test subject to these governmental entities, obviously DoD related. I have no doubt about that. I know that the people I'm looking at, talking to me, interacting with me, are just trying to create this psyop of anything but this massive government doing that to me. This trash, everywhere you're gonna go, are gonna create an ecosystem where they want you to accept the manipulations they make you experience. They're even gonna try to make you accept by vilifying you for the things they make you experience. It's like, for example, I implant a drug on you in your pockets, and it's everybody around you, the people who implanted drugs, who are all around you, are making, oh my gosh, you got drugs, oh my gosh, you drug dealer, you did. That's the kind of mind games and psyops they create and gaslighting they create. They really want you to identify with the manipulation that they are renowned to be doing to people for this cognitive warfare, to break you down. Is disgusting. And when I say cognitive warfare, is where this is not a warfare in the sense that we're the enemies. We're like used as test subjects for these cognitive weapons because it is what they're weapons onto us. Of course, this technology can do good things to people. Obviously, this is not the case here. It's used as a weapon on us, target individual, and we're test subject to this. And so they find ways to break you down using these manipulations and then try to make you identify to this. Now, what you're going to experience, there's nothing you can do about that. There's nothing. It's just a matter of time till you experience what they want you to experience. There's not a fight back, and you're just going to experience it. You don't have the means or the technology to do anything about countering what's being implanted and manipulated in your brain. So you just endure it as a regular civilian, somebody who has no ability to have this technology, to counter this technology. So the purpose involved in that, they would try to make it seem like this is part of this acting game. No, what we're doing is we're mapping your brain. We're doing this. We're actually investing in your like that's the kind of bullshit stories they try to create. So that there's some kind of logic of how you experience things today. When the truth is, this is how they break people down. Many have gone insane and lost their mind to the point of killing because of these tactics, this cognitive warfare. Children have died. People have got killed because target individuals lost their mind because they're being manipulated in ways that are tormenting and ended up killing. That's the reality of things. This bullshit story, and the psyop is crazy. They really want you. Like, imagine having all the validation on earth. First of all, you know yourself, so you will not experience this like this. Then you hear the validation testimonials from all around the world saying the same thing, but like now we mapped it to you when you were kids. You dumbass, even just trash ass. Some just 4 months ago, 5 months ago, a man killed 18 people because he was pushed to that level, doing the same things. I was on a date yesterday, and I was toasting to this, to the, because they're all perps. So I'm on a date with this person. She keeps saying things to make me be fearful of what's going to happen to me. what's going to happen to me is going to be horrible because the theater of what they've tried to create is to counter the horrible things they involved in. And so I was with her, and I was like, you know what? Let's make a toast for Aaron Young. Aaron Young is a 14-year-old who ended up getting killed because he was at a bowling alley. There was a kid league. There was a kid league, and there was youth night. So what that means is there was a bunch of kids around. And so this man, this target individual, lost his mind because they were calling him a pedophile, and via voice to skull. So he was hearing those voices. V2K is the voice to skull technology that you can project voices onto somebody's brain. And this is the technology that DoD have had for a long time, long time. This is like old stuff, but they can do more than just implanting voices. They can actually manipulate your thoughts and everything else. But he was hearing those voices, and he lost his mind. His name is Robert Card. Definitely a target individual. You're going to hear a lot of testimony like this. He's not the first to go through what he went through before killing a lot of people. If you go and you compare Aaron Alexis and Robert Card, you're going to see, oh my gosh, it's literally the same story. But he killed 18 people. He went to a bowling alley, killed 18, and there was children there. Unfortunately, one child died, but also thankfully only one child died, because it could have been more. As a matter of fact, there was a 10-year-old guy, her leg, the bullet just grazed her leg. So thankfully nothing else too serious happened to her, but she got shot at. Well, this trash pushed people into insanity to that level. When it comes to losing their mind, target individual want to they don't care. So you hear these bottom feeders talk about how this and that. It's like, I'd rather die in hell. I'd rather be tore up in pieces. And for me, with my time being a target individual with the V2K synthetic telepathy, when it became overt to that point when I'm started dealing with the synthetic and the V2K trashes, it became so sad. It became a creation of facade. They wanted me to look at them as these protectors of the community, of the children. They're avenging, the vengeful corny, these people. Vengeful corny, now what you did as a kid, all this BS story, but when in reality they're in a program that is doing destructive and atrocities. Atrocities. Women are being tortured and raped and tormented for the purpose of this technology and development. So seeing these people try to make you accept these things, and then the humiliation that the entities running this program, as they do the pedophilia type of torture, those entities, wow, those entities are so they have so much of an issue with pedophilia that a bill was passed to limit the amount of child porn they were downloading using the DoD devices. These people are extremely disgustingly pedophilia centric. They're nasty low life. Nasty. And you understand that when they project these things onto us using this technology, it's not just to project, it's just to break us down. The reality is the entities running this program are the entities with the issues with pedophilia. There are so many pedophiles in these agencies that Child Protective Services ranked the DoD network as 19th out of 2,900 in regard of the amount of child porn navigating through that network, shared and trafficked. That is insane. While this trash, with all the things I of course know, this is obviously the DoD running this program. I don't think this bottom feeders are the storyline they try to come up with, and so they try to present this. I was at this restaurant. I'm sitting there. There's a couple next to me, and you can see they try to present themselves as this progressive group of. And I'm looking at this woman. It's like I'm listening to all these horrible things. All these horrible things. I'm listening to this mass shooting that just killed 18 people. A child just died. A kid just got shot in the leg. I'm listening to the why is there so many pedophiles in these DoD entities. And I'm looking at her. She doesn't even know what to see. Look at. I'm listening to everything. And I'm not even listening to the testimonies of what they do to children. But I'm looking at her. She's trying to she's trying to still like, look at you, you piece of shit. There is nothing I'm gonna give you to make you think that this is not what it is. I'll never let you live your fantasy. Never. 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 These people are trash human low life. In my head, they try to create these battles that they can create in my head. So. But the reality of what these people are involved is insane. Then they start bringing up in my brain, because they can control my brain, the things that make me experience, the disturbing things. You know, to hear how disgusting these people are. You know, this is global. It's global. Once I started getting targeted, I've been targeting for a while, but when I started getting this synthetic telepathy, the V2K, where they were forcing me to get sexual stimulations and all this nastiness, it was disgusting. You know, you don't even know how to, like everything. First of all, you hear the voices, then you know you're being manipulated. A lot of things are happening. And you don't know how to deal with this nastiness. You don't know. You know, initially for me, they would like crank up some kind of like brain chemical. I don't know if it's dopamine or anything, but I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on in my brain? I'm like, if I took some kind of medicine to, you know, the target individual, we all think at first that there's some ways to medicate or to do something to stop that. And then we realize, obviously, there's nothing you can do. We're actually being manipulated. This is really controlled and manipulated in that way. You know, I thought maybe it's like something's going on. My brain, what's going on is them just doing whatever manipulation to my brain chemicals. But you realize that later on that it's just you're just being manipulated to that level. It's not your brain chemical all of a sudden going up like that. This is what they were doing to me, and now they don't even need to do the same thing. It's been so much refined. You know, initially I think it was just like they had to do so much with like the brain chemicals, but now it's just like, oh my gosh, precise stimulation, boom, like it's just crazy. But when this started happening to me, it was just crazy. I mean, I was losing it, and I thought I could take some medication to stop that, because it was just disgusting. They would give me sexual stimulation, this trash, and they were aiming toward children, but they also do something to my brain where I felt like my brain was just like some brain chemicals being released. I was like, whoa, it's like I'm like over caffeinated or something, and it was just bad. But it was them doing the pedophilia type of torture and playing my brain. And I remember when I went back to when I went to a country in Africa. When I went to this place in Africa, because you know I was going to see family, and realizing that my family member was involved in that, it was just disturbing, and everybody was involved. It was so, but it was so bad when you. Oh my gosh. Even thinking about how disgusting these people they're so pedophilia centric. Oh my God. I would go someplace with my family member, and I remember some men wanting to invite me and my mother to to his place. And then before we go there, or before I look behind and I see naked kids being washed. I'm like, oh. And I refused to go into their house. I walked back to the car. I was like, no, I'm okay. I didn't even say okay. I just walked there straight to the car. My mother just looked and but they wanted me to go into the house where there's just like these babies getting washed and they're naked. So they wanted to do disgusting things to me. As soon as I saw, I was like, oh, let me go to the car. And my mother looked at her. She's like, yeah, she was like, disgusting. And all along, I didn't even know at this point that they were systematically using pedophilia type of torture. At one point, when we're driving, there's a woman on the street, has a baby completely, and listen, this is Africa, but this is just usually that's not the case. Kids are now hanging completely naked. The woman is holding her baby in front, like she's sitting on the street, which is not something they do. And she has a baby completely naked facing the street. So I can look at this baby, not even like a baby, naked. So they can create disgusting thoughts. You understand how disgusting these people who do the pedophilia type of torture would literally have a woman show her naked baby so they can create disgusting reaction, stimulation, perception, sensations. Ugh. It was disgusting. At the time, it was so bad that they even was little baby goats, and they were giving me the same stimulations. And so, while I'm on the table at dinner, they're bringing up this moment, and I'm like, that doesn't make you look like a bunch of pedophiles. This, and I mean, where I'm from, they don't do that. They don't usually have baby naked. This is not maybe at home, not in the streets. Where do you think they did that? Why do you think this man was trying to invite me to his house when I walked away? I didn't even respond. Like, let me just walk to the car. I'm not even. This is just too much. I don't even need to respond to that. It's just the babies are over there getting washed. That's why. That's why they want me to go in this house. Never. So I can see this kid and they can do nastiness to me. No. I walked straight to the car, and I can see my mother kind of smiling and like. But this woman was holding on to that. I was like, oh, you see, we're going to crash you. It was like, the government is going to destroy me, going to evaporate me. You think I don't know who's running? Yes, this 19th out of 2900 network in regard to trafficking child porn. Yeah, the DOD. Yes, where there's a issue, a big major issue with pedophilia. Yes, they're going to destroy, beyond even destroy me, crashing, evaporate me. Because it's the Department of Defense. And you work for this government. Well, you don't. You are involving yourself in this program that is so disturbing that just caused the man to kill 18 people. And yes, the DOD crushed him. This is how they chose for him to die, by killing 18 people. I just pray to God that I don't never be aggressive to this low life. Nasty low life. I'll never let them live their fantasy. And I was looking, and she was just like, oh, they're going to crash. It's like the DOD is going to destroy me. It's not even crashing. The rest is going to be theatrical. Just theatrical. Whatever I'm going to go through, they tell me I'm going to be cast. Just like I will have to run to them. Because they want to still present themselves as this like adventure group of, no, you guys are trash, low life, working for this governmental entity. And I know why. You are involved in programs that can manipulate and control a human being. This is why people can stoop to this level. You are now acting like a god. Of course, I know this is why. They were trying to make me think of what you did as a kid. I was like, do you want to hear what they do to kids? You think I'm going to let you escape? Do you want to hear this nasty torture of children? The sexual torture? Nasty, by the way. They are nasty. They're what they're doing to my brain is just disgusting. Yeah. But you gotta see them for what they are. These people are pedophiles and lowlifes. And the way they manipulate my brain to make me accept these things is disgusting. Right now they're going back into like falsified memories and trying to create the stimulations. It's just nastiness. But I'm not gonna give them the luxury to escape in this fabricated reality in order to counter reality. They want to do these horrible things to you, deluding themselves in what they're part of, and going to a creation of what they put together. Death comes to all of us, but these trash are working and participating in a program that does so much horrible things to babies, to women, to men. And the way they manipulate us are just disturbing. I will never, never, never identify with these manipulations. I know who I am. And when you try to bring up corny or something, please understand that I know the atrocities you've applied onto women. What you guys do to women is disturbing. So I can never let you leave the fantasy of making yourself believe that you're avenging a woman when you are involved in a program where atrocities and destructions are being applied onto women. Rape is commonly used for the breakdown tactics. It's not used just to see women being raped. is used to get the result they want to. It's literally a tool. The disgusting trash. In my head, they try to. The low life. Target individuals stay strong. In my brain, they go having this back and forth. It's like, no, but you know, the adult content that you watch, they are using rape as a tool to break women down. So it is something they commonly do. And this woman, I was at some place, she looked at me like, it's rape. It was like, what is it that you do to women then? That is why I don't let you leave your fantasy. Because you cannot be involved in this thing, in this program where atrocities and destruction is done to women and then delude yourself that you're something else. Never. To my target individual, stay strong. You know, I was a little bit emotional. Alcohol, when I drink a little bit of alcohol, become like emotionally, like, not in an aggressive way, but more like in a friendly, like emotion. Like, and you know, I think about it, the next day, I'm like, ugh, cringy, because I don't like to be that emotional. And I think alcohol makes me emotional. So I feel the cringiness of it all. It's just like, ugh. Just, I'm looking back, it just annoys me. It just disturbs me. Because I'm like, this. I let these people fantasize this. No, I should have been a refresher of what they're part of. And so, all I can say is just thank you, God, that I was able to see things where they are right now. They try to create these battles to counter the fact that they commonly rape women to break them down. So my target individuals stay strong and see things where they are. Do not identify with this manipulation and see these participants as just opportunists and low life. Whatever ways they try to vilify you, a lot of that is falsified, and these people are involved in things in a program that does such cruel and horrible things to the most vulnerable. So you should never look at them as people who can even dare to vilify you when they involve in this. These cowards are just low life. Well, they push people to insanity. These babies are getting shot, and this low life are here playing, acting like they're femme fatale, fierce. You're killing me the way you could. A child can kill me. To all my target individuals, stay strong.